Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear student, grade 4, with you Mr. Muhammad Abdullah. Our lesson today is relate tenses and decimals. Lesson 9.1. Our essential question: how can you record tenses as fractions and decimals? Unlock the problem. Ty is reading a book about metamorphic rocks. He has read 7 tenses of the book. What decimal describes the part of the book Ty has read? First, we must know what is the meaning of decimal. A decimal is a number with one or more digits to the right of the decimal point. You can write tenths and hundredths as fractions or decimals. First, you must know or remember something about fractions. Okay, how can we represent fractions? Remember, if we have rectangle like this and we distribute it into 10 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if we shade all these parts like this, and I ask you to represent these shaded parts, you will count all shaded parts will be 10 as the numerator. As we know, numerator represent how many shaded parts and denominator represent how many equal parts. Okay, then we have add the numerator 10 and add the denominator 10. Then 10 tenses equal what? Equal 1, as we know. Okay, another rule, you must know it. If we have also rectangle and we distribute it to 10 equal parts, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then we have 10 equal parts. If we shaded 7 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, and I ask you to represent the shaded parts as a fraction, you will write here, you will count how many shaded parts we have. 7 shaded parts. And we have how many equal parts? We have 10 equal parts, 7 tenses. Okay, 7 tenses, as we know, is less than 1. Okay, now we must know if we have mixed number like this, 1 and 7 tenses, how can we write this mixed number as a number, not mixed, as a number? How can we represent 7 tenses as a number? To write 7 tenses as a number, then we found out now what is the meaning of decimal point or decimal at all. Okay, here to make difference between fraction and whole number, to write it as a decimal, we must put point. This point is called decimal point. Decimal point is very important to make a difference between places. Place value of 1 is once, that's right, then we write here 1, and here 7 tenses, we write here 7, and this new place is called tenses, Okay, now you know what is the meaning of decimal point, okay, or decimal number. This number now 1.7 is called decimal because this number contains decimal point. We back to our lesson. Now, one way, use a model and a place value chart. Fraction, to use fraction to represent 7 tenses, so easy, we color 7 parts here. Okay, then we write here 7 tenses. Okay, here to write it as a decimal, ones place has no ones place here, 0. Then we write here at once 0, and we write at tenses 7. 0.7 means what? We read it as 7 tenses. Okay, we can write your answers here. Well done. Okay, complete. Another way, the first way, we use model or fraction to make a connection between tenths and decimals. Okay, you can use fraction, you can use decimal. Another way, you can use a number line. Okay, we have number line here, starts by 0 and finished at 1. Okay, as we know, 0 means 0 over 10, 0 over 10. Okay, and 1 means 10 by 10, 10 tenths, and 0 tenths, then 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, and so on. Okay, how can we represent these fractions at a number line like this? We have here 1 tenth here, and we write 1 tenth as 0.1. okay, and here 2 tenths write as 0.2. okay, then now we have 3 tenths. We write it here at 0.3, and here 0.4, and here 0.5, and so on. Okay, understood? Okay, then last question, how can you write 0.1, 1/10 as a fraction? Okay, as we know, here we have only 1 at our place. We have here only 1 at our new place, is, as we know, this place represent ones, and this place 1 which contains 1 represent tenth. Okay, then we write here 1 at numerator and 10 as the denominator. Okay, 0.1 means 1/10. Okay, you can write your answers here. First, here complete 0.3, your number line 0.4, 0.5, and so on. And 0.7 names the same amount as 7 tenths, so read 0.7 of the book. How can you write 0.1 as a fraction? So how can you write 0.1 as a fraction? 1/10, as we know. Possible explanation: the digit 1 is in the tenths place, so 0.1 is 1/10 or 1/10. Okay, next page here. Tara rode her bicycle 1 6/10 miles. What decimal describes how far she rode her bicycle? You have already written a fraction as a decimal. Okay, now how can we write mixed number as a decimal? Here we have two models, shade 1 6/10 of the model. Here 1, as we know, means what? 1 means 10 tenths, as we know. 1 equal 10 tenths. Then here the first model has 10 equal parts. Then we color all these parts. Okay, now we finish 1. Then we shade 6 tenths. Then we count 6 equal parts here. Then shade it by your pen like this. Okay, Then here we write it as 1 and 6 tenths, as we know, 1 and 6 tenths. Now how can we write 1 and 6 tenths as a decimal? Here at ones place we have what? We have 1. Here we have 1. Then at ones place we write here 1, then point, then 6 tenths, okay, then hundredths. We have here only 1 as a denominator, then we write 6 at tenths, okay. Is we have another number, for example, if we have 64, then we write at hundredths 4. This is our next lesson. Then we write here 0. Your number is 1.6. Now we can check the answers, okay. Here your answers, okay. Now we will solve another way using number line, okay. 1 and 1/10, we write it as what? As 1.1. And 1 and 2/10, 1.2, and so on, okay. And here we write 1 and 4/10, okay, which means 1.4 also, okay. We can complete your number line. Now check your answer here. One point 1.2, 1.3, and so on, okay. Understood? Good. Okay, share and show. Next page. Here he asks you to write 5 tenths as a fraction and as a decimal. Fraction 5 tenths, but we write 5/10, and as a decimal we write 0.5, okay. You can represent here 5 tenths as this model, like this, and we can write it 0.5, okay. This is first question us. Next one, our second question here. Write the fraction or mixed number and the decimal shown by the model. We have here model. First model here, all model is shaded, like this, all. Then write here 1, and second model also is shaded, then also 1, and here 2 tenths, okay. 1 plus 1 equal what? Equal 2, okay. Over here 2 at all, then we do put point, then 2 tenths, 2 shaded parts out of 10 equal parts, then right here 2.2. Understood? Okay. How can we get it at number line? Here 0 tenths, 5 tenths, 10 tenths. We have question number 3, 0 tenths, 5 tenths, and 10 tenths. Here we have a model. Here we want to write this this point which was marked as a decimal number. Here if you look here, we have 5 tenths and here 10 tenths. The next step here is 6 tenths, here 7 tenths, then the point which we want is 8 tenths, okay. Then right here 8, 0.8, 0.8, 10 tenths, or like this, 8 over 10. Okay, understood? Okay, now I want from you to solve your own. Here, question number 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. You can do it. Finish. Well done. Okay, now you can check your answer here. Okay, thank you for watching. You can repeat video more and more. If you cannot understand anything, you are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.